LEGO has released hundreds, if not thousands of sets in their over 90-year history, so of course there are bound to be some stinkers. Here are 5 themes that were so bad, one almost bankrupted the whole company. The most recent of LEGO's failures, Lego Vidiyo, was a short-lived theme that released in 2021 and was thankfully killed off in 2022. These sets, according to LEGO, allowed kids to combine physical LEGO building with the world of augmented reality, allowing kids to scan parts of their sets to unlock awesome on-screen digital effects for their music videos. If that sounds like a whole lot of nonsense, then you're not alone. I, and many others, had trouble figuring out what these sets even did. I knew that they relied on an app to connect and create TikTok-style videos by scanning in LEGO minifigures, but I didn't know much more other than that, which is why I believe it may have partially led to its failure to really ever take off. Done in collaboration with Universal Music Group, 3 types of sets were released. $5 mystery blind boxes similar to the LEGO CMF series called Bandmates. These included 1 minifigure and 3 beat bricks. Beat bricks were printed on 2x2 tiles that, when scanned with the LEGO Vidiyo app, added sound effects to accompany the dances of whatever minifigure you scanned in. For $20, you could pick up 1 of 6 beat boxes, which were essentially Bandmates, except with a few more beat bricks. And for $50 or even $100, they sold these weird, sort of even larger beat boxes that each had different themes such as unicorns, pirates, or boombox. These sets bombed so hard that you can still often find them on store shelves almost 3 years later. LEGO Fusion is the only theme on this list that I ever actually owned. The theme involves you building houses in the real world and scanning them into your digital LEGO city. The game acted sort of like a town builder game like Clash of Clans or even SimCity. The game nowadays has been taken off the App Store, so there's no way of playing it, but I remember as a kid thinking it was cool when I got it, playing it for about an hour and then never really touching it again. It just didn't really have that much to do in it, and it was pretty poorly fleshed out. I must have been the minority though of people that bought it, because the sets did not sell well at all, and I believe partially that might have been because of the price of $30. It's a shame that it didn't do well though, because the idea of a LEGO town building game sounds incredibly fun, and I think if they tried again with the modern era, it may actually be able to turn out way better. Life of George was a weird board game slash video game slash LEGO hybrid abomination that was released in 2011 and lasted until the end of 2013 before being discontinued. The idea of the theme revolved around building simple structures and timing yourself to see how quickly you can build. It works similarly to Fusion in that you would scan brick-built items into the game. Not much is really able to be found out about the theme as LEGO has taken it off the App Store, and surprisingly, there aren't many videos about it on YouTube. Almost all of them are either tech demos or trailers from LEGO itself. Now, the idea of sets based on Ben 10 are really cool, and could have been amazing with all sorts of new minifigure parts and sets based off the show, except what we got was not great. What we got was Bionicle-like action figure style sets, each of a different alien from the Ben 10 lineup. The problem with these sets being that for much of their life, they were competing against Hero Factory, the spiritual successor of Bionicle. Additionally, these sets are probably some of the ugliest things I've ever seen. Just look at this Humongosaur. Why? Why does he look like that? He looks like he has lead in his water. Unsurprisingly, these sets didn't last that long, and only lasted from January to December of 2010. Finally, probably the most infamous of LEGO's financial disasters, Galador. In the early 2000s, following declining sales, LEGO greenlit a new idea that it hoped would help to capture older audiences. These sets didn't look like regular LEGO sets, instead more closely resembling traditional action figures. As well as the toy line, a TV show was greenlit as well, following the adventures of main character Nick Bluetooth. Safe to say, this theme did not do very well with the show as well, with critics panning it for being very cliche and unoriginal. These sets suffered the same fate as Ben 10, and these also attempted to compete directly with Bionicle, only to be left rotting on store shelves across the country. Some have even rumored that the abysmal performance of the show is responsible for LEGO's near bankruptcy in the early 2000s. All of these failures, though, still can't compete against the worst thing LEGO has ever made, the stud shooter.